Reapers underground. We hope you survive.
Damn right, the devil's work is never done because we're right here. You know what time it is. Actually, most of the time, the big bad devil daddy himself is not on Wednesday nights, but tonight we are because unfortunately, I was not able to get brother and author Lorcan Black on last Friday because I was judging a tattoo contest. And I was like, damn it, no, I missed it. Fuck. So let's do it Wednesday because, you know, I got filming and shit coming up this weekend. And I am so excited to have you on because the Satanic Gospels is out. And that's volume 1, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Volume 1 is currently available right fucking now. And we're going to be kind of talking about what the first few days have been like and a little bit of, you know, throughout the process of waiting, what that's been like as well, because I think we've talked in great length about the book. And so I'm kind of excited to hear how things have been going. But before we get into all this madness, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brother over at My Sublime Prince. Check it out. That's right. If you love horror and you have original ideas that you would like to see darkly printed on a shirt, get over to My Sublime Prince. Nick is fucking a wizard and the mastermind behind the contract t-shirt. That's right. You now know what he can do for real. So if you have ideas of your own, or maybe you want some prints from him that he has done, because he's also an artist, get on over there, My Sublime Prince on Facebook. All right, man. First of all, welcome to everybody out there in the Black Flame universe. Why do I sound like one of those, you know, Southern? We were just talking about the fake preachers on TV. What's going on, Aaron? What's going on, Lizzie? Good evening to all. It's time to sin. So the book is out. How does it feel?
Whatever. Not kidding. No, it's yeah, right. It's just another thing, just another day. So no, it's I mean, it's a great feeling. The anticipation leading up to it, especially like that last 30 days, was like, you know, it's just,
yeah,
you know, man,
like,
you know, I was like, maybe I'll just release it early, just you know, you know, but it's that, you know, having that patience and waiting for that date and everything. Oh, but it was, yeah, it was a great feeling when I got to hit, when I got to go in there and hit that button, is, you know, let it out into the world.
It's like, that's it. The wait is over. You must have it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's
because
up?
I announced it probably a little over a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but you know, it's been being built for the past 6 years. But
I was going to say, this is quite a journey. This is not just a book, it's a journey into, like you said, the past 6 years of your life. So when we talk about passion projects, this definitely is one, especially for you. And it's, just from watching online and stuff like that. Obviously, I've, been, all of us here at Black Flame Entertainment have been advertising, reposting for you as well. It seems like my fucking favorite is those motherfuckers that decide to jump onto your post and give you some scripture. I'm like, oh, we going to church today. Yeah. And you're just like, hey, my book's about to come out. And suddenly it's like Matthew chapter 6, verse 11. I'm like, says what? What does that have to do with the book? What's your take?
Oh, man. Oh, dude. Well, that's only the half of it. Like, I mean, but that's just the ones that are public. I was getting inbox blown up, people trying to save my soul, people offering blessings, or people just telling me that I'm going to burn in hell. You know what I mean?
I've been told that, I'm going to burn in hell so often in my life. I'd say probably the last 30 years. I mean, I should already be dead, right? But here we are.
You would think. Yeah. So I at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm just over the next 5 years or so, I'm going to plan on moving to Florida. I'm going to go ahead and plan on moving to Florida so I can acclimate to the heat, so I can get ready for hell.
Exactly. Let's get down there, or Texas. Texas is pretty hot too. Maybe California. And join the cult of anal bleachers, right?
Hey, that's my mom you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. I mean, there's actual doctors that believe in that kind of thing. But no, here we are, and here you are fucking doing your thing, and that's what it's all about. Hail Satan to you as well. Hey, Achilles, what's going on, brother? Wow. There we go. I accidentally hit the wrong comment. That's all right. But yeah, and I think it's so interesting. I saw you on Around the Reel, and I was thinking about, and we love them. Much love to that podcast, that show. I was kind of worried. Not worried to the point where I'm like, I'm just like, how are they going to react, to this kind of thing? And one of the things that I thought was fucking hilarious is they're like, I totally dig the philosophy, but why can't you get a better logo?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, what are we gonna fucking do the Cracker Jack box or something?
Yeah.
It's logos. You have to understand, especially everybody out there in the Black Flame universe. I mean, there is literally hundreds and hundreds of years of occult phenomena, and most of it pushed by the church, saying, "Oh, this is horrible. Oh, the fucking hammer of Thor is evil, and Tituba is a witch, and blah 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 blah." So it's like, what was Anton LaVey supposed to do?
Well, that's the thing is, we're visual creatures.
Yeah.
So when we want to design something to stir an emotion, everything like that, we're pretty good at it. I mean, so it's just that, and people wear symbols all the time, whether it be onks or crosses or fish or whatever the hell they're wearing that brings them some sort of anything. The triquetra. I mean, but even people who just wear flowers.
Tons of Celtic knotwork as well.
Yeah, I mean anything. So people wear the symbolism all the time, and for one reason or another, it brings them some sort of comfort. So for us, this is our comfort.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been persecuted since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
Honestly, in human history. Now, this is this is what got into my head, and I'm sure your viewpoint would be very similar on this. I'm like, okay, so we have Baphomet, we have symbols that go around the circle that point to different gods of the past, like just in history, right? And of course the goat in the center. He kind of looks pissed off. I mean, yeah, he's tired of being used as, oh, that's evil. It's like, no, I'm just a lovable goat.
I don't know. That's kind of a smile,
It's a little bit. It's in the eyes. I think it's in the eyes. But you go and then look at a dead person on a cross, which is gore personified.
Bleeding from the hands, feet, and side.
Exactly. Do you see any dead things on the symbol of Satanism? There's nothing. There's no mention of any gore, and I just thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, dude, really? You're gonna compare symbols? Well, look at that one. It's a dead guy, and then they say he turns into a zombie 3 days later.
Right, man. The hypocrisy is real, man. It's just funny, but again, it's amazing that horrid symbol of theirs brings them comfort. They sleep at night when they wear that shit. Hey, go for it.
I mean, you turn the lights out in a church and, there he is, larger than life hanging on the cross. I get the heebie-jeebies just thinking he's going to jump down and try to kill me.
I mean, honestly, if you think about what you turn the lights off in a church and everything, it's a haunted house.
Exactly.
That's what it looks like,
Because I think it's all the energy that people put into that place. And that's what Anton was so immersed with, is I watch these people all week long doing such horrible things, but on church, I'm in my best suit, and I give it all up to the Redeemer, and I'm good again. So let me go fuck off for another 6 days.
Yeah. And most of the time they didn't even wait till Monday. Right
no, church, they didn't. It was church is an hour. That was another thing you guys talked about. It's hey, church is just an hour. So whatever I do after that, I'm back home. I'm drinking like a fish. I'm watching the football game, all that shit. Now, have you seen any pushback from other various, unfortunately, even in Satanism, we have subgroups, subsects, I guess is what you would say. Have you seen any kind of, pushback from them or anything, or is it more positive? Hopefully it's more positive.
So it's definitely more positive. You're always going to have, I'm going to say it's 75-25. 75 positive. Good. Yeah. For what this is, absolutely. And one of the things that I find most hilarious is the support, the overwhelming support from people who cannot tell anybody. That's what's funny. That's what's funny is I get inboxed all the time. All the time, people be like, "Oh man, I've been reading your stuff. I completely agree with you. Not on everything, but for the most part, I love your work. I can't wait to get the book and everything. But just please understand that I can't, for the sake of my organization or people that are in the circle that I'm in, I can't really speak about it publicly, and I'm not gonna be flaunting it." And I'm like, man, I appreciate the support, but what does that say? There's a lot in that statement, man. It's, I don't know if you have to hide who you are or what you support within your own organization, I find that just a little bit of a red flag.
Yes. That's just there should not be any guilt. That's not what this is about. You should not feel guilty for what you believe or agree with.
But you shouldn't worry. You shouldn't have to worry. You shouldn't have to worry about what the leader of any organization is going to think about you or say about you because you purchased this book or because you support another member that they may not. That's absurd. That's absurd.
Oh, no, I agree. Which also kind of makes me feel like, are they like teenagers, maybe? You know,
No.
still under their no. Oh, wow.
No.
Wow.
I won't say who, but I'll say this: 2 reverends and a magister. Yeah, but I would never say their names. But you know, it's that
That's
kind of
extremely
like,
wild. But I think I get it because
man.
of the whole. Unfortunately, there is politicking within
that's it.
the organization, and yeah, if I say, "Oh, I support Lorcan all the way," it's like, "Oh, they're going to come back at me and go, fuck you."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know, if it's one thing that we've seen in our history, is that our presence in public has been so less. Now there's been a film recently which was kind of a quote unquote mockumentary. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
The one that was released by the COS or by a COS member.
The one that they were in conjunction with. Yeah. I did watch it. And it's hard to find because, you know, most of the distributors like Amazon or even I think if it was on Tubi, people would fucking love it. But, you know, it's a little graphic here and there. But you know, that was the closest that I'm like, okay, maybe they're trying to come out from the depths of the abyss and like promote a little bit, not looking for members, but just again trying to reiterate that Satanists are not inherently bad people.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying? But then it's like that happened, it's over, boom, back underground again. I'm just like, God damn. So when you know you've been promoting this body of work for a year, I said this is where it's at, and I kind of felt like, you know, this is almost like, and not directly in conjunction with, but like the Devil's Notebook, some of those later books that Anton had done, where it was just random essays about stuff.
Yeah.
And seeing it through your eyes, you know, your perception, I think this is a very important work.
Well,
do you kind of feel that way?
I think it's important for me. So, you know, and this is one thing that I've had to clarify a great many times.
Sure.
This is not okay. So let me start with this. As many already know and everything, I am no longer a member of the Church of Satan. I put in my resignation about a month ago. All the best to them. I decided it was just no longer it was just no longer something that I had too many differences with the COS administration. It's not that I've got a problem with the Church of Satan itself, the philosophy, the idea of it. That is all still a part of me and forever will be. But beyond that, I won't expound on that. But you know, and you know, and that's one of the things. You know, when I left, people anticipated that I was gonna go on all these shows and make all these, you know, videos bashing the COS and this and that.
Oh, and he's like, gonna go join the TST.
Yeah, right. That was honestly, I had people asking me, "Are you? Oh yeah, are you going to the temple? Are you starting your own? Are you starting your own church?" And I'm like,
isn't there enough of those ridiculous?
Yeah, I'm like, you know, and here's the thing: it's if you want to be a part of the Church of Satan, go ahead. Just because I had an issue doesn't mean you will. And this was a personal decision, and I never, ever want anyone to take my leaving into account at all. Like, and because I had been messaged by a few people saying, I've been thinking about it myself for a while. And now that you've done it, and I'm like, whoa, right off the bat, I was like, do not leave the COS because I did. That is such a cop out. That's a bitch move.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Do not do that. I am not your crutch here. If you're going to leave the COS, do so of your own fruition. That do not use my name in this garbage.
Morty says, all right, I'm the Messiah. Now fuck off.
Hey. God.
Exactly. It's like, what are you worried about? It's not like there's any gatekeeping whatsoever in this path. That's not what it's designed to do. It's not a secret.
well,
you're not going
to within Satanism there seems to be a lot of gatekeeping now, but it's not for me.
I've heard of this. Yes.
Yeah, it's not for me. Hey, if you're, and again, it's not a popular opinion, but most people are like, well, I care about my Satanism, and I want
there's
people
nothing wrong with that.
No, and I want people to understand it, and I want people to have clarity. And I'm like, I'm a Satanist, but I could not give two damns whether somebody else gets it or not.
Right. Yeah.
That's not my responsibility. This is, I don't know. Like, I was always under the impression that Satanism wasn't taught. You were born this way.
Correct.
It's just something who we are, so if you have to go to digital Sunday school to learn how to be a Satanist and have clarity because you didn't get the Satanic Bible or you didn't understand it, then the Satanic Temple is waiting for you. There they are.
I mean, I the only thing that I think that is a little bit of an obstacle is because obviously the Satanic Bible was written in a time where, it was very eloquent. It was a lot of big words. It was a lot of, a whole lot of information that, the current generations who want 30 seconds thrown at me, that's all I need. Well, that's why it demands study, not worship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, it's this is not a religion or philosophy for the stupid. So, if, like I said, if you can't figure out how to look up your big word in the dictionary and actually comprehend, now what the meaning of it is and utilize it, put it in that sentence and get it, then again, there's a good chance that you don't belong here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
But that's just me.
And if it's, I'm not saying that if somebody, leaves that herd mentality, or they finally have realized that all these other things out there are very cultish. Satanism is not a cult. As a matter of fact, it was almost kind of designed as a very lonely path. And that's been predicated quite a bit to everyone since, let's say since the 60s, really. That's why you don't see churches everywhere that is, COS. There's no such thing. It's something that you do on your own.
Yeah. And the church, the Church of Satan is here and here. That's it.
Exactly.
And
I think that's amazing.
And for
you don't
a
have
lot
to
of
tithe every Sunday. Give your 10%.
No. No. But a lot of the people that I speak with, are kind of on the same understanding of it as I am and everything, where Satanism is just us in our books.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be anything else. It's you read these books, you understand them, you take that philosophy and you apply it as hard and as efficiently as you can into your real life, and you make the best of it. Is it always going to work out? Of course not, but should you be learning from your mistakes and reapplying and ever forward? Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, within your essays, I think there literally anybody can learn from it. Maybe they don't really realize or get that it's, a satanic view, but I mean, they're life lessons. They offer something that maybe they haven't looked at before. That, give up the Swami and the Raja, whatever, all the other self-help type stuff that's out there. That's kind of how I feel these essays are, because I mean, definitely it relates to me because I've had the same, thoughts and views on some of the topics that you touch upon. But it's sad though when you can't get, I don't want to say lifted up because that just sounds too fucking churchy, but you don't have the support, from those that are carrying. I mean, 60 years. I mean, that's impressive. And I honestly never thought it was going to go away anyway, since I read it when I was 13 years old back in the 80s, going, yep, this is it. I know it. I'm basically looking at myself when I read that Bible. I don't know. That's really odd.
Well, like they've always said, the first 100 years of any religion is the hardest. So we're 60 in, 40 more to go to hit that, big 3-digit mark. And I'm sure it'll happen. I'm absolutely sure it'll happen. But, my essays are simply how I see just various topics, how I see them. So when people read them, I'm hoping for two things: either you to take away something from it and use it in a positive way, or for it to completely piss you off and make you angry and question everything. Because that's the thing, we're all different. Even Satanists, even Church of Satan members, or whatever you want to be a member of. It's just because you're a Satanist doesn't mean that I'm going to see these things the way you are and believe that we should do this and this and this. So when people are reading this book, this is not what Satanists think. This is what this Satanist thinks.
Right. It's the individual.
Yes.
And that's the one thing that I've always loved about, this belief and philosophy. It truly is about the self. There's no, hey, let's congregate and have a powwow about, such things. It doesn't matter, because, even Anton himself knew that no two people think the same way or are going to see things the same way. And I think that's been time tested, in the first 60 years. We all, adhere to, the satanic statements, everything else. But at the end of the day, it's no different than any other belief system. You're going to interpret it or see it differently. Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm hoping. I hope it does kind of piss people off that read your book. I hope it does start conversations, dialogue between each other. That, hey, maybe I agree with this, but do I want to admit it to myself? But even
if you don't, it's, see, the thing is like, even between Satanists, we'll have, there'll be commonalities, but again, we're all different. So we live in an age today where, unfortunately, a great many people are self-segregating based on either political beliefs, religious beliefs, or how what's the proper way of making eggs. I mean, they want to find they're
No, I'm
perfect
right. You're wrong.
people. Yeah, I mean, and it's weird. I can't wrap my head around why people want to do this to themselves. You know, why they want to limit.
It's crazy. It's like they
Yeah,
X out friends for the
yeah,
littlest things. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not saying all of the issues are little by any means, because I know
yeah,
these are very, very interesting times we live in.
yeah, yeah.
Believe
But
me.
here's the thing, you know, when I was growing up, if you didn't agree with something that you were having a conversation with somebody about, you
Mhm.
either just simply stop talking about it. Okay, like, okay, this is not something that we're going to agree on, so our friendship doesn't need this. So we're not
Right.
going to talk about this. Or you had it out. You know, back in the day, you punch your friend in the face, and you know, then and he'd hit you, and you'd wrestle a little bit and everything, and then you go grab a beer. You'd be okay. It's
That's
like,
exactly
you
what I
know, I
was going to
mean,
say. It's like, all right,
yo,
you feel
now
better? Let's go get a
it's
cold
like,
one.
yeah, it's like, oh my God, you know, people who are like, wait a minute, you married a Trump supporter,
Oh
and
yeah.
people are asking for them to be like quite literally eliminated, and it's like, you know, there's a
it's
lot
like
of
the
other
Salem witch
aspects.
trials all over again.
Yeah, yeah. There's like a lot of other aspects to a human being besides of
There
who they voted
is.
for. It's why
And that's the thing that also I feel this book inspires is opinion. Not a
it should.
popular opinion, but an opinion. I mean,
Yeah,
again, these are things that human beings naturally have.
yeah.
Now, depending upon what motivates those opinions, that's a whole nother issue. But I don't know. I also kind of think that it helps take away the fear. And I love the way you described it. Like if you don't have the balls or the strength just to pick up the book and read it, it wasn't meant for you in the first place.
No, no.
But I guarantee you, secretly, 65 to let's say 75% of Christians want to pick that book up.
Oh yeah.
Right
Well, here I'll say this. So as of this morning, I've
now. Mhm.
sold 43 signed copies,
That
and
is amazing.
I've sold 417 regular orders through Lulu.
Unholy fuck. Congratulations.
Yeah, and that's only in a week, you know. So, and I get the first week is when like the bulk of the people that are following are going to grab, you know, and everything. But hey, you know, I'm a nobody. I'm an unknown, you know, and I don't pay for advertisements. I don't promote anywhere
No,
else other than
not at
Facebook.
all.
So, you know, it's to even see that in the first week was mind blowing.
Well, and I've been watching, you know, your progression, you know, of followers just on Facebook. I mean, 14,000 strong, I think
Yeah.
is incredible. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't
And I'm
always
going to,
gauge if they're for real or serious, but
yeah, I'm going to say 8,000. I'm going to say 8,000 of those are either bots or people from Kenya who inbox me on the regular asking if I can introduce them to Satan so they can get more money.
right. That is Black Flame Entertainment and Reapers Underground inboxes regularly, at least 1 to 2 per month. And they're all princes. Now tell me that. Why are they all princes? Like,
Right.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Luda Project? She says, you don't have to justify your choices. That's one reason I label myself spiritual and not pigeonhole into any religion. It's unpopular, but I don't give a fuck. It's not about popularity. Be who you want to be. That's what the Satanic Bible, you know, preached more than anything else was individuality. And do what you want to do, but be a good person, because it's not very, very satanic if you're causing harm, you know.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, you know, it's at the end of the day, you can live as indulgently as you want and everything, but you have to take responsibility for your actions. And you've got to learn not to point the finger. You know, I'm in this situation because of the choices and decisions that I've made. take full responsibility for your life, apply the knowledge that you've learned from the mistakes you've made, and go forward. Don't stop. Don't let anyone stop you. That's the thing, is people are always going to try and stomp on the people that they are intimidated by or they feel threatened by.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you just,
you're not going to knock me off my perch.
That's right. You have to keep going. Yep, absolutely.
And, you know, and not to say by any means necessary, but if you really put it's instilling the desire to put in the work, you know, because we don't undercut anybody. So as long as you are constantly got that fire, you're striving to become something more, no matter what it is you're trying to achieve. There's literally nothing that can stop you, but the world at large is like, oh, well, you better think about this. Oh, you want to become a Satanist? Well, everybody's going to hate you.
Yeah. Yep.
Again, I think people lose sight of what the word Satan actually represents.
Yes. Yes. And that's the thing is, you know, if you want to figure that out, you can either go pick up a copy of the Satanic Bible yourself. It's $10 at Barnes and Noble. You know,
Right.
Buy it when nobody's looking. Keep it hidden under a black little notebook in the corner where your family can't find it. Read it.
Oh, like we did with Playboys back in the day.
Yeah.
We hid that in a comic book, damn it.
Yeah. Or, you know, and you know, the Church of Satan.com, you know, the Church of Satan website, you know, you go to the
hey,
FAQ.
Achilles all the way from Scotland says,
wow.
Where can someone find your book?
Right here in my hand. No. So if actually I'll give you got the links to, can you post that or anything?
Yep, I'm going to put it up right now. You tell me which one you want to be going across the screen there.
So basically Lulu, it's a book company called lulu.com. And so what I'll do is I'll do this. And I'm going to send this to you now. Reaper.
Yes.
I don't know. You should be able to copy and paste those from Messenger.
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll head there right now.
But yeah, so if you go to the Satanic Gospels Facebook page, the links are there on a pinned post at the top of the page. You can either get them direct from Lulu, or you can order a signed copy basically direct through me. So there's 2 pinned posts at the top of the page that'll give you instructions on how to do so. And then Reaper is going to post it, and here she is. The lovely thing.
Yeah, I absolutely love the way you put that together.
Yep. And here's the thing, and I even did this. So what's funny is at the end of the book, I put 10 pages. I don't know if that's going to come through.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. Mm-hmm.
There are 10 just lined pages for you to make notes in. So if you're reading the book and you just grab a pen, go to the back and everything, put in the back why you hated that essay, what you didn't like about it, what you want to research, find out, anything. The book is designed to take somebody's point of view of something, understand maybe why they have that point of view, and then through your own rational thought and research, come up with your own opinion, figure out why your opinion is the way it is. It's all about just encouraging people to think for themselves. Stop listening to what people on TikTok or Facebook or CNN, Fox News, any of those are telling you what to think. Go out, do your research across the board on all sides, and think for yourself,
And that really is the most, frustrating thing. to me is, people are so easily manipulated. We always say the herd mentality. Well, this is what I've been told for years and years and years, but I keep, I used to run a storefront that was an occult shop, and I would have tons and tons of people, anywhere between, let's say 20 and 40, and it's like all my life, I was told this, but I every time I see this or that, I keep getting drawn to it. I'm like, well, it's not because it's popular or it's taboo. You're being drawn to it for a reason, universally, because you see a little bit of yourself in it. I mean, you can definitely tell those that are like just kind of fascinated with the whole thing. They love the imagery and the, whatever else. And it's like, I've sold, I don't know how many copies of the Satanic Bible. And I love, hearing, so what did you get out of it? And sometimes it would be really, really good. It would be very positive. Like, that is kind of how I've lived my life. I'm like, well, okay, you get it. And then there are those that are like, I was expecting more.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's, when you go through and you see that glossary, and you're reading through and it says how to sell your soul. And then people buy it and they take it home and they're like, yes, I'm going to meet the devil himself and I'm going to do this and I'm going to be rich and wealthy. And then they're reading through and they're like, wow, oh, goddamn. Oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be. That's the point,
There we go. I don't know why that just happened, but okay. Yep. I'm like, oop, I saw the circle.
Yep.
They're trying.
I was getting ready to. I was getting ready to join you and strike a pose. I was going to be like, just. We're both frozen.
What do you think about the black metal bands? And the ones that kind of have taken it so far. Like, what is your opinion?
You mean like you mean like Gaul?
Oh yeah, for sure. Gorgoroth and
yeah. I love watching the interviews with him, and especially the one where he's got that long pause. They're asking him like, what is like the main thing that drives his music or everything. There's just that long pause, and he's like, Satan. It's beautiful.
It truly is. Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, when it comes to that, man, I've never been a huge fan. Again, one of the misconceptions of Satanism, most people think that all Satanists are into like death metal, black metal, and everything. No, instantly. I mean, so do I like some of those bands? I'm very particular. I do like Cradle of Filth, Demon Begir, Behemoth. If I had my choice, I lean. Well, Behemoth is good, but I lean more toward Rotting Christ.
Okay, yeah.
So that's more that kind of strikes me a little bit more. I'll listen to it, but that is the music that I listen to least. Like, I'm sitting here wearing a Death Clock shirt because I went to see them last night with Amon Amarth. So that was a killer. Yeah, that was a killer show.
All the way around.
Yeah. But so I'm personally more of a hard rock, 80s heavy metal, or even a symphonic metal. I like Nightwish. Real big, epic sounding symphonic orchestral metal with clean operatic vocals, things like that. That's what really gets me going. But yeah, I mean, some of these bands who take the imagery of Satanism and or just the inverted crosses, or the sigil of Baphomet, things like that, and they're always portraying it in this, I'm this
apocalyptic kind of way,
dirty painted person who's got these naked people up here, and I'm drinking blood all the time and everything. It's like, yeah, that may be one of the reasons why there's sort of that stigma around Satanism a little bit, that in Hollywood, they love
it doesn't help that, Anton always had a naked woman upon the altar with 666 painted on her back.
Well, that's actually
that's where they got
it was supposed to be. Yeah, it was actually supposed to be 999. It was just depending on how you had her. No.
That's right. And that's a huge misconception. People wonder why the fuck I got the Roman numeral 9 on my pinky. They're like, well, what does that mean? Oh, you didn't know that the devil's number is actually not 666? It's 9.
9. Wow.
Right.
In his best, in his best German voice. 9.
Yep. That was one of my favorite moments of Inglorious Bastards. Oh, that scene was killer.
Oh yeah.
Luna Project says, I haven't heard Nightwish in ages. When we were frozen, he says, it's all good, brother. You look possessed. I probably looked like an asshole. Like, huh?
That's the thing. You never freeze. You never freeze when you're like this. You always freeze when you're like, it's like, what the hell?
Gotta love it. There was a question that I think I missed that I want to make sure I hit. Kyler says, so I have to bring this up. Me and my dad saw a video of a crazy Christian saying a dragon is gonna end the world and dinosaurs are gonna fight the dragon for us. What? Oh my goodness. Kyler, can you send me that video? It's going on the goddamn program this week. I mean, there's Catholics that still to this day believe the dinosaurs were never here.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it is what it is. But I always tell people, every time they start quoting the book of Revelation and everything, I'm like, you do realize in the beginning of that, it tells you that an angel basically gave a guy a book and he had to eat it. And then he started having these visions. I was like, yeah, that's a metaphor for somebody dropping acid. That's exactly what they did. Okay.
Right. I mean, it's all bad in a lot of ways. With all the pushback and stuff of people trying to, like you said, in your inbox, quoting verses from the Bible, trying to save your soul. And I don't know, I can't help but say, well, do you realize just how many people God killed in the Bible?
Yeah.
Because you don't see us going out and sacrificing our firstborns or animals or anything like that, except for people that are nuts.
Well, yeah. C3 pedos, they can go. But yeah, so it's, Satanists don't drink blood. We don't sacrifice animals. We don't hurt children. These are all just crazy misconceptions. And, people need to understand there's a huge difference between Satanists and devil worshippers. Satanists are people who have taken the word Satan, which means, accuser, opposer. We are opposed to organized religion. We believe it just does nothing but force controls onto people and restricts their carnal desires and causes them to go in friggin' insane slowly. This is why you get so many rejects out there just going postal. But devil worshippers devil worshippers are Christians, whether they want to admit it or not. Okay.
Or at least we're one at one particular time.
Yeah. I mean, if they're worshiping the devil from that book, that's the devil from that story. Okay. So you have to buy into the fact that there's a God, that you believe in that God and you don't like him, and you're just giving your allegiance to the opposition for whatever reason. So yeah, you're just an angry Christian, if you call yourself a devil worshiper.
I love that comparison. I truly, truly do. So there are 3 volumes of this book.
Yeah.
Is there, just for our viewers and everybody out there, although before I get into that, I just have to say real quick, in an age where information is lightning speed, there's no reason that any Christian out there, if they actually research, would still think that those things are going on, the killing of animals and drinking of blood and all that bullshit. Yeah. I mean, there's enough out there to say that, guess what? There is none of that. There never was, never will be. But anyway, is there any particular theme for each volume?
Not especially. No. I kept it completely random, and I deliberately did not put a glossary in either. So
nice.
There's nothing in the beginning that tells you what essay starts on which page. I didn't want it to be, I didn't want it to be read that way. I didn't want people searching out certain essays for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I want you to read this book cover to cover. Now,
yes.
Now the pages are numbered. If you have a particular essay that you like and you want to remember, again, there's pages in the back of the first 2 volumes that allow you to make any kind of notations you want, or just use a friggin' bookmark. That's what they're for.
I love that. I mean, people love to do reflections, and I think you make it very, very easy for them, or any of us, to do any kind of reflecting after we have read, through all your essays. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Now the third volume,
they're trying to get us because Aaron just got spanked for a comment. Brother, you got to tell me what you said that got you banned or whatever.
Of course.
Gotta love it, man.
Yeah. The third volume, I didn't put any of the blank pages in the back. That one's full to the brim. Of just essays and everything. But that's also the conclusion, of that, it's a trilogy. So basically, the third one, I said what I said, and now if you didn't agree, it's time for you it's after the first 3 volumes, it's time for you to move on to something else.
Well, or honestly, continue your thought process.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like,
don't stop learning.
No.
Oh, he said I mentioned Milton's pastime with a paintbrush. I know exactly what he's talking about. That used to be a thing on Saturday nights. On the goddamn program, who could get banned first for saying what? It's a rowdy bunch, the followers of the network. So
nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
Harmless, good fun. But I'm so proud that a work like this has come out because, I know that you and the church are now, separate, and that's fine. But you don't see a lot of works coming out of the church these days. Not at all. There was an anniversary, edition by Magister Gilmore. Did I say that right? Oh, I'll probably get slapped for that too. Fuck it. The High Priest Gilmore, because I always, I get, I'm dyslexic. sometimes
that's
forget.
right.
You know how it goes. I hate
people
titles. I
people
really
are gonna people are gonna misspeak. You know, it's okay. Like I said, if you get that for that, who cares? That's what I'm saying. You know, life's too short to watch every single thing you say. I get you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility as running a program to be as informed and as accurate as possible. However, you're human. You're not perfect. None of us are.
Nope, never claimed to be.
Yeah, that's that. Yep. So,
but you don't see anything coming out that is new from there. That's kind of my whole point.
Well, I will say this.
Moving on, you know.
Yeah, I will say this. Here's the thing. For the most part, there doesn't need to be. You know, my works are not satanic canon. You know,
Nope.
So my work cannot be considered anything basically new coming out of the church.
No, definitely.
I'm just an individual. I'm a Satanist who wrote some books. Now, when it comes to satanic canon, it's you know, it was pretty much summed up within, you know, the Satanic Bible. You know, Anton added what he wanted to it, and, you know, in his follow-up books. Peter Gilmore, you know, wrote the Satanic Scriptures.
Right.
So, you know, and of course, you've got, you know, the Satanic Warlock, which was, you know, a really good book. But, and that, like I said, you know, I was talking to you earlier, you know, that was one of the concerns from the administration toward me was the title of my book, the Satanic Gospels. There were people who were worried that it was going to send a bad message across the board, basically making people think that because of the title alone, that this was Church of Satan canon. You know, this is like important pieces that they should have, and they should follow it to a T.
What?
Yeah, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. You know,
are we just going to go, oh yeah, this is like the new shit? No.
And if you think that way,
work.
Yeah. But if you're reading a book, even if it's from an organization, and you think you have to follow everything to the T, again, red flag.
Right. Stop it.
Yeah.
I think as a whole that the skeletal outline of the Satanic Bible is good. That is definitely something that you should have as a foundation, but you can transcend beyond that.
Well, we live in a different world, you know. I mean, you know, 60 years is a long time, you know. Things are seen and operate differently. Now, human beings, we really haven't changed that much. I mean, we utilize things in our lives, but, you know, our nature is virtually the same, you know. So when it comes down to, you know, Satanism is a carnal religion, it still applies, and it still applies heavily. And this is why so many people who read it, you know, still view it as a mirror. They find themselves within those pages, and that's great.
Yeah. And I would say that the larger part of the population, let's just say in this country, okay, are definitely living their carnal desires, no matter what they are. I mean, I think Christians honestly are just pissed off because their numbers have dwindled.
Well, that's the thing, you know, most Christians were always living satanic lives, except on Sunday. You know, they just didn't want to admit it. You know, they were, you know, they'd get out of church, and then they'd go to the hotel with their mistress, and they'd be snorting, you know, whatever white powder they could find off their backside. You know, they were living, you know, living their best life, you know. But
yeah, they were all wolves on Wall Street.
Right. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Aaron says they are afraid to look within for self-empowerment. That's right. They're always thinking about how can I get over on this person or that person. instead
Well,
of going, hey, I'm going to rise with all my might, and then people will notice what I'm doing.
yeah. Well, I'm going to say it's in our nature to, and a lot of people don't like to hear this, the cold hard truth. A lot of people use other people for their own benefit. And in the end, there's nothing wrong with that. There's,
not entirely.
I mean, as long as you're not deliberately going out and just hurting somebody,
right,
for being fun and everything, don't, like a lot of people say, and when being a Satanist is basically not being a dick.
right.
It is far more complicated than that, and
Yes.
I really, the fact that I said it is saying something, because, when other people say it, I'm kind of like, but, so yeah, so take the butt and go do some research. But yeah, it's, I don't know, man, it's a mad world we live in. And
It is.
And so people ask me, why did I put out a book of just essays, and why some and what's hilarious is some people are like, your essays are kind of short. Some people are like, man, they go on for days, man, and I'm like,
right.
You're, anyone who
Depends
says that
on
my
people's
essays,
palates.
yeah, but the people who say my essays go on for the days are the TikTok addicted people who are like that 30-second, they need that new adrenaline jolt every 30 seconds. Yeah, you can't keep your focus to read a 1,000-word essay. You're in trouble.
Yeah, there's something wrong there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I try and be kind of sum everything up, not too long-winded. Now, there are a few essays in these books that, hit like 10,000 words,
Sure.
but I had a lot to say, and, I broke it down, and I would try and really explain my position on it and why, and, but for the most part, they're pretty short and sweet. This is why I feel the way I do, think the way I do, and that's that.
Some topics, though, I feel need extra attention. So the ones that go longer, I mean, obviously it's a much deeper, topic that you're tackling. And there's nothing wrong with that. Did anyone say that to Shakespeare? Did anyone say that to Edgar Allan Poe? No, they didn't give a fuck how long it was. It's whatever they could pull out of it. But again, interesting times we live in. But what do you think is next for you? Do you think it might be?
Damn it!
I had to do it.
You ruined it, man. Yeah. God. Well, yeah. So about 6 months ago, I started my own chip factory.
That's
yeah,
right.
So that's it.
That popped up in my feed the other day, and I was like, "Are you fucking for real?
Yeah.
Are you minimizing our beliefs into a potato chip?"
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah. So, in all actuality, so the Satanic Gospels
Yes.
are done. They've been finished for a long time.
Mhm.
I just had to, get them properly formatted, and the thing that kind of took a while was the artwork. That was what was been time consuming over the last like 6 months, is finding somebody who I could work with the best, and who
Yes.
wasn't afraid to even put that title out, and then working with that and getting it all set up.
Oh
And
yeah,
everything.
distribution is a
So
bitch.
yeah. So in all actuality, I've got over the last 5 months, I wrote another book.
Oh, nice.
So that's coming out in 2027. I won't say what it is or what it's about yet, but it's not a big book. It's it's a couple hundred pages, but for me going forward, besides working on music with my beautifully talented wife,
yes,
I do believe that I'm going to start dipping my toes into acting.
dun 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 dun, bump. That's right. I think this is the perfect time as the writer and director of the contract universe, as it seems to be turning into, that we welcome Brother Lorcan Black to the cast. In a very unassuming role that you would never think you would see him in, as a televangelist.
Yes.
Oh, man, it's gonna be a blast. When I had the idea in my head, actually long before you had talked to me about it, and I was like, man, you would be perfect for this. It's kind of like, mocking. It's blasphemy goodness. And I was like, yeah, you would totally fucking kill it. Absolutely. Aaron says, welcome to the contract, my brother. Cheers to you.
Thank you.
As well as Luna says, that's great.
Yeah, I was super stoked and very, very happy that you invited me to be a part of this project. I'm incredibly excited about it. Doing any kind of acting or anything has always been something in the back of my mind. It's always a fun little thing to do or think about. But so I'm excited to actually actually get my hands dirty. So yeah, I appreciate the opportunity.
And like I had told you before, I think this is just the beginning. Originally, when I wrote this story, I kind of saw it as a one-off. But then once I put it out there and people started looking at it very easily, I started to see that there could be a sequel. Maybe we could do a trilogy. I mean, it's possible. That's kind of the interesting thing about demon cinema.
Oh, yeah.
You can always bring them back and you can always add new people. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And Aaron there is he plays Milton, basically my consigliere to the Inferno. He says, stop by the Inferno anytime. I serve amazing red.
Yeah.
Which is basically the ticket to you're gonna sign a contract with us and we're gonna fucking annihilate everyone around you and take your soul.
That's a Wednesday for me.
Yeah, right. Only in this case, well, we don't want to give too much away, but
no, yeah.
I think as a televangelist, you get your just desserts live on TV.
Oh, yeah.
I've had dreams about that too, like all my life. Growing up watching Jimmy, I've seen the Jimmy Swaggart, I've seen the Jim Baker and all that stuff. And I'm just like, wouldn't that be great?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
If suddenly they turned evil.
Yeah. Or turn good because those bastards are already evil.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I mean, the people at large, especially moviegoers, have always seen such characters as being good. But in real life, they're absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
There's one guy I can't wait for him to go. That's for sure. And I hope he goes in very, very wicked ways. I just
maybe the plane won't stay up,
So you know who I'm talking about.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Private Plane motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully
maybe Tyler Perry didn't take very good care of that plane.
that's right. Exactly. He's going to go down like Spirit Airlines. Oh, by the way, I feel so terrible about that. Everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, if you had, tickets to go somewhere and you woke up that morning and suddenly, it was this past Saturday morning, and found out that, oh shit, I can't go anywhere. Yeah, I'm so sorry. That's terrible.
Yeah. No, man, nothing in life is certain.
No, nothing is guaranteed.
Yep.
I have to quote the great Jack Nicholson. Nothing in life is handed to you. You have to take it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure somebody will take Spirit Airlines, rename it, paint the planes, and get them right back flying again. But
well, hopefully they don't take those planes because they're not that good.
They'll just put more duct tape on it. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, the Satanic Gospels Volume 1 is out. You can get the hardcover for $49.98.
Nope. I'm going to stop you.
Thank you. Please do.
Yeah, that's something I should have sent you beforehand and everything. I didn't know you were going to use that image. But yeah, so the hardcover is $37.99 and the paperback is $27.99. So yeah, so here
it's now corrected.
Hardback, So yeah, it's not as expensive as I originally thought they were going to have to be. I found a way to make them a little cheaper.
Nice.
So unlike most other corporations in this world, I saved the consumer that money too, instead of just keeping those prices, up there. So, but yeah. So, and June 6th, got the second volume ready to rock.
Hell yeah.
Both, paperback and hardback too. And then volume 3 comes out October 31st. So, yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to have to reconvene on June 6th when that second volume comes out. And I can't wait to hear what people's perception from everyone that gets volume 1, as I'm sure you'll get a ton of feedback. And we definitely want to make sure that we promote volume 2. I mean, we're going to take it all the way to Halloween, man.
This is the year of the Gospels. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate every post you share, like, comment, every bit of
absolutely
the support that you've shown, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It is absolutely my pleasure. Like I said, for the dabbler, the wandering Satanist, I think so many people can benefit from these essays because you've lived this life as well as I have, but through your eyes. I don't think any Satanist has had a work that they could read from a different point of view. Everyone's like Anton, and then of course Gilmore as well. But this is from an outside perspective. Yeah. We don't have a lot of that. And the fact that you've taken the time to do that, I think it can benefit. Not to be taken like this is, credence and I must do this, I must do that. But just at least ignite, hey, that's a really cool view of this. Maybe I can apply it to my life.
Yeah, or just to let people know, even among Satanists, again, we don't feel all the same. We don't think.
No, there's no fucking way.
There are people on every part of the spectrum of politics, well, the sexual orientation, doesn't matter who you are, I mean, it's, Satanism can be applied to really anybody. And like I said, for the most part, man, you'd be surprised, people who would never consider themselves to be a Satanist. They're a Christian or whatever, religion they are. They read that book and they're like, oh my Lord, I really am living. This is me, oh shit.
Lord of the Abyss.
Right.
They're like, oh, damn, this resonates with me. Why?
Yeah.
And then they start actually looking at themselves.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I always look for that moment of, I'm going to break the chains that have been put on me this whole time. Everything that I was told, don't feel this, don't do that. No, that's not good. The whole thing. It's like, how are you going to, would you do that? Think about how many animal lovers are out there. Would you try to suppress everything that is a natural, innate feeling of an animal? No.
and you notice that most people, when a dog bites, they immediately go, hey, he's just being a dog.
Right. Exactly. He doesn't. That's his nature. Well, human beings have their nature too.
That's right.
Sometimes it's very skewed, and those need to just go somewhere. But we can always evolve, and I feel like a lot of people can evolve from reading the Satanic Gospels, especially Volume 1, and we're going to follow it all the way through 2 and 3. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm glad we were able to make this happen. Everybody knows that Volume 1 is out, and subliminally at the bottom there, you know exactly where to get this book. And all of my overseas viewers, thank you so much for joining in. I know it's very late over there, and you too can take part in this work and hopefully see some benefit from it, and possibly inspire you as well. The one thing that I do want to leave you with is currently the limited edition Welcome to Black Flame Hills is still available, and I have more coming. As a matter of fact, next week. So if you didn't get in on the first round of shirts and you want to support the film, definitely get it through either Reaper's Underground Messenger, Black Flame Entertainment, or the Contract official movie. And we are so excited to see Brother Lorcan in the short film as well as the feature. I think you will definitely love his performance. He's going to bring the insanity as well as the awesome all at the same time. And don't forget, we have so much more programming coming tomorrow night. We have the horror barbecue, and you already know we have some hidden gems from Tubi that is going to blow your mind. And of course, the goddamn program this weekend. And hey, this was a great way to give you an early weekend, and we are just going to keep you rocking all week long. And always stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Rebirth Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame